said hello, hello.
You're making me nervous.
Hey guys!
There it is.
Hey!
We've got a full house up in here today. I hope everyone is having a lovely day out at home. We've got a really awesome special project that we are doing today with a bunch of lovely people.
Oh,
I will introduce them in a minute. But Chris Andre is working with Herman Oak to do a couple really cool art pieces for the leather world using Herman Oak leather and the crafters around the U.S. So they have sent us a handful of pieces, quite a few pieces
I believe
actually.
there were 10 pieces.
So we had 10 pieces. Denny has already pre-tooled 4 of them, and he had so much fun tooling that he tooled himself out of our little game that we're playing here, which is everyone tool at the same time on one table. He came to me yesterday and he was like, "Oh, Liz, I made a mistake. I thought I'd given Kevin his pieces, but I hadn't, and I already tooled them." So, in any case, we have Spencer over here doing some tooling. We've got Ryan right here, Kevin right here, Dan over here, and then you can't see him, but you can kind of see his hand over here is Anderson. There he is. Everybody say hi to Andy. Say,
Hi, Andy.
Oh, hi.
tell us all
Hi,
the
Andy.
jokes, Andy. Do you have a joke, Andy?
What-
Gone forever.
What's the scariest plant in the jungle?
What is the scariest plant in the jungle? We will take all answers,
I don't know.
and then we will judge you for them. Alrighty, well, we are super excited. Everybody's kind of got their piece, and we'll show them off a little bit at a time here. Hopefully everybody at home is having a wonderful time. Hey, Denny, why don't you shimmy around there and grab your pieces so that we can show everybody what you've already tooled.
I wouldn't call that a shimmy.
I'm shimmying.
Shimmy, shimmy. Denny got to tool the most pieces because he's the most special.
I'm special.
Yeah, so this is really cool. We're working with Herman Oak leather, of course. But this is all drum dyed skirting.
Not drum dyed.
Nope.
Not drummed.
Oh, it's just dyed on the front.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's specialty dyed
So
from
that's
Herman Oak.
not strung through at all.
No, it's not. It's just dyed on the front. So we have all sorts of fun. Let's see here. Once Tony gets done, we'll do some overhead in a second. But you sure did tool right along those sides there.
This stuff does cut.
Well, I think that's all. Everything outside the silver line, I believe, is going to be covered.
I think so. I think it's all just going to
Either
be cut
that or
off and
we'll all cut.
butt up. Yeah. So this is a crazy project. I assume it was Chris Andre, but I don't know who exactly drew it up. But they've got a leather drum drawing with all these wooden panels, and then each piece of the wooden drum is a section of leather that they've colored and created. And so
And it's a mock-up of a Herman Oak.
tanning drum, yeah.
Yep.
So
In the tanning pits.
yeah. So something along those lines. All the highlighted pieces are the ones we got. And then there's their cool tanning pit.
That's an end. Oh, yeah, that's the pit, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So that guy. So pretty cool draftsman work there. I get to appreciate that. And then these are some of the parts that Denny has already tooled. Hello.
You know, it's kind of challenging to tool something that someone else is doing like that, because you don't know exactly how they're supposed to fit together and turn out. I know we were supposed to tool inside the silver mark lines.
I was glad that I saw these diagrams so I could know which side was up with
Yeah.
my piece.
Oh, yeah. Look at that flower.
Well, I never was very good at coloring in the lines.
Just do your best.
Did you fail that part of 3rd grade?
So, well, actually, it was earlier than that.
They'd given up by 3rd grade.
One thing I will say, this is a little challenging for me because it's dark.
I know it's hard. When you're old like I am, you can't see the shadows nearly as well. Dark stuff.
And I am certainly old like you are.
Man, you guys,
I could validate that if I wanted to.
Yeah.
you're not doing any inverted carving today, Kevin?
No.
No.
I could if you want. I mean, I could sort of switch back and forth.
I think that would be silly. You shouldn't do that. Just do what you're doing. You should have seen the way that this leather soaked up that water, though. Kevin was holding it at like a 45-degree angle, and it wasn't running off at all. It was just soaking it right up.
Yeah, I sure did.
It was pretty impressive.
It cuts like butter. Yeah, it's wonderful.
So we've got some acorn. Oh, no. That's dogwood.
Blackberries. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Those look like little dogwoods almost.
Dogwoods have 4.
I don't know plants. Let's not.
Yeah, and then
I'll stop trying.
berries at the end.
So Ryan's got some blackberries. Spencer decided to do a whole crazy cool Western floral.
Huge piece.
Yeah, Spencer got a nice big piece.
No.
Because Spencer's special. Your Dan's over here. What do you got going on? Little Western floral.
I just happened to be out the day these got assigned, so I, got what I got.
Okay, so we have. Yep, Tony's back. Say hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
I think we have a couple. Are they answering your question or your riddle? Or are they.
Bamboo.
Yeah,
The
it
joke.
was bamboo, but I didn't see that one.
What was it? What was the joke again?
Bamboo.
What's the scariest plant in the jungle? And it's
Bamboo.
Boo!
Axe didn't like that joke.
Just be really good at carving with your hand in the way. What? You want me to carve left-handed? Yep. Okay, that'd be helpful. Sorry.
yeah, this is
Okay.
challenging with
Sure.
shoulders and
Yeah.
black leather.
Yup.
Not helpful.
That's why I gave you guys all the black pieces.
Denny did a little tiny one.
Yeah, I did the lighter colored ones.
Yeah. This reddish color. Amazing cut.
Yeah, I'm enjoying.
You know, last Saturday, I went to St. Louis. There are 2 leather guilds in St. Louis.
Okay.
There's the Gateway Leather Guild and the Boots and Saddles Leather Guild. And they both got together and hauled me up there to teach a class. And there were 14 people, and we just had a ball. We had a ball. It was kind of like this, just a bunch of yahoos sitting around the table.
That's the best kind of weekend.
Sounds about
Was Yay,
It
who's
was-
sitting around a table.
But it was good. I mean, there were 14 people, and they were all real excited to be there.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah.
It's no fun when people aren't excited.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into the
Yeah.
groove when you gotta
Yeah.
fight them.
Well, I'm excited to be here, Liz.
It's not near as noisy here as it was up there.
Is it not?
No.
These are
We
quiet.
had
tours.
wooden tables and tools bouncing around.
Oh, not ideal. You should have taken some granite.
Well, they had granite. They
Oh.
had their own granite, but they were just sitting on bare wooden tables.
Yeah.
Plus, they were talkers too. Boy, they could talk. They had a lot of things to say.
I feel like that's what everybody told me when they were going to come in here is like, listen, I can't tool and talk. So, Liz, we're going to need some help here because we can only do one or the other. So it's either going to be a quiet, tappy video or you can regale people with your
Well, one thing,
rasp.
there's some things you do really well, Liz. I'll give you credit for.
Oh, thanks, Kevin. You want to elaborate what those might be?
Not really.
Well, let's write them down.
I'm waiting.
They'll be on videos, so we'll have proof.
One day. There has been a couple. I have gotten a couple compliments.
On what?
I don't know. I should have wrote them down. I'm sure at some point you said I had a good idea about something. I'm positive of it.
Well, I know you've had a good idea about something. This, however, was not one of them.
I think it was pretty fun to try to watch 20 people do this at once.
I was on my way to Grant, and I realized, oh, I gotta come back and carve a dumb piece of leather for Liz.
I wondered where you were. I went out there like 5 minutes ago, and I was like, I don't know where Kevin's at, but he's not at his
Turned
desk.
around at National.
Well, I appreciate that you remembered.
Oh, you didn't even make the whole trip, huh?
No. I was focused on solving problems and doing stuff. And I will say, this is much more fun. Much more fun.
Isn't it though? It's
Yeah.
way better than folded leather up.
Yeah.
Andy, what are you doing over there?
A geometric design.
Well, that's good.
I saw his little design yesterday, and it's.
Are you making like a
kinda
vantage point?
Cool.
It's kind of like a twisty black hole looking thing.
Twisty black hole.
With a pentagon.
It turns out cool. Yeah, over the last couple days, me and Andy have been practicing coming up with the design, but you don't want other pieces of leather because we only get the one.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta. So we're gonna have a ton of. Chris, if you're watching and you need any backup pieces, we have some.
Yeah, they're not this color, but I've got about
Except for
5
Denny's.
of them.
Because
if-
Denny doesn't. He just goes for it.
I went for it. Now, actually, I drew them on paper, so,
Oh yeah.
but I had no idea what they would look like on the leather.
how
Oh
it
sure
goes.
you did.
Yeah, I kind of did.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's another thing. Everybody has a preconceived idea of what they want to do
Mm-hmm.
when they start tooling.
Until they actually start.
And I don't know about all of the other people, but for me, it never looks like that. It always looks a little bit different.
Yep.
As long as I'm satisfied, I guess that's okay.
Oh, hey Spencer, you want to tootle
Just a little bit.
forward a little bit?
Like,
Perfect.
right
I love it.
Right there.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, yeah, you can see there.
There you go.
Oh, right there.
Yeah,
I'm
you were
looking at the
perfect
screen.
when I said you were perfect.
Well, sorry.
Spencer, you're perfect.
Oh, I'm not.
Spencer is disgustingly perfect, and we all hate him a little bit. It's fine.
I don't hate you, buddy.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you.
See, I,
Liz,
Seth.
you just come up with a new word? Toodle?
Oh, that's
an
not a
old
new
word.
word.
Toodle? Oh,
Yeah, we've been
no.
tootling around the studio
Oh,
for years, Dan. Where you been?
Little toodaloo.
That's even in the dictionary, I believe.
Lizisms?
Yeah, you can Google that.
You can Google the toodle.
Google Toodle.
Hey, does anybody remember what Denny and I's nicknames were? One of them was Toodle, but we can't remember the other one.
You were Toodle. I was the forgettable one. Those guys last week in St. Louis, a couple of them said, "Do you guys really have as much fun as it looks like?" I said, "You bet,
Of course.
you bet,
wouldn't keep going back in there if we didn't.
yeah."
Ann says Kevin was working his tail off yesterday. He was running around the store, putting things in their place and trying to help people. I love going into the store. Everyone is great. Look at that. You impressed Ann. Good job.
Tell her I'll send the check later. Don't
what was their
expect
name?
a big one.
I can't see the name on the last one under Ann, but they were saying that it's encouraging to know that even with all of your experience, things still don't turn out the way that you envisioned it.
Oh, no.
As a beginner, that's good to hear.
Sorry, I'll butcher it if I tell you.
Okay, yeah, it's
Well, you know, you've got to have a plan.
Giuseppe.
though.
Giuseppe? Giuseppe.
You've got to have a plan. It just doesn't have to work out. That's all.
it can always get better, right?
Yeah. Well, and it might be better than you'd planned.
Yeah.
Sometimes I impress myself. Doesn't happen very often. I don't remember the last time, but
Camera to the line. Wouldn't be the first time.
Crystal, nope. There's really no qualification on exactly what you have to do to get featured on our Instagram. It's just Abigail kind of goes through. If you tag us in your posts so that she can see what you've been working on, that's kind of the best way for her to see that you've been using our stuff and things like that. And kind of the more active you are with our social, probably the more likely it's be that she will discover you and then share your stuff. But that's really all that it is.
Do so at your own risk.
I'll be back.
Bye, Andy.
Kevin, where are you? Just go.
What happened?
Nothing.
Somebody leave?
Andy ran
ran
away.
off to grab something.
Oh.
He said enough of this.
Ha. Enough of that there.
What you got going on with that?
I don't know, just a piece of,
We'll show some people though. So this is what Kevin's doing. You got a real long skinny thing.
yeah.
You know, that's another thing. You know, a lot of people, when they see something that you've tooled, they'll say, did you have a pattern for that? And all I can tell them is, no, I drew a pattern for that. Where can you find a pattern for odd shapes like this?
Exactly. Yeah.
Dan used the craft aid, but he had to alter that even to make it work.
three together.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Well, and I think that's what you do with your tap off pattern. So
Yeah.
you've kind of got your array of different sized leaves and flowers and all these things, and then you're like, all right, these kind of fit in this space, and then I fill in the area around it
that's
with
exactly right.
whatever doodads I'm gonna do, whatever chicken necks flow.
Yes,
Bizarre sentence.
where the chicken clucks.
Where the chicken clucks, that's where Denny's gonna carve. How does it attach to the wood? Dean, I don't know how Chris Andre is going to construct it. I'm excited to find out. Dan, could you pull your stuff towards you a little bit? There you go. Perfect.
I sure hope we see
Yeah,
what this.
I'm sure once it's released, between Herman Oak and Chris Andre, they'll make a deal about it. I assume. We just got a package in the mail. It was like, here, tool pieces. So I did this.
Yeah, you all should initial your little piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freedom, Chris Andre is Slick Balls. That is one and the same.
It's one of those new Ivan tools.
Little Spencer. Huh? Well, yeah. It helps me a little.
Well,
Well, we need light like back here.
and a headlamp.
Yeah, I just set my phone like this so the light shines.
What's a good idea?
With flashlight in it.
Too many shadows?
I have like 2 lamps on my workbench and it's still not enough. Like I'm constantly moving them depending on what I'm doing.
You know what I've found that if you have, especially the fluorescent lamps, if you have one kind of directly overhead, one behind you overhead, and one on each side, kind of covered.
4 total
4 total
to counteract your shadow.
Yeah, right.
Only if they could make really thick glass that's frosted and you could have your light underneath it as well.
Right? Okay, guys, let's find some really clear moonstone and make some carving blocks that are underlit. Or maybe even some white onyx.
Would work, and that would be
That'd be pretty cool.
readily available anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere. All right, Kevin, that's our
Somebody's
next
got
thing.
that laying
We're
around.
gonna make white onyx carving tables
Well,
that
that
are
would be nice.
underlit.
That'd be very nice.
That'll go with our leather coffins and
That's all I have is shadow.
I'm in,
headstone usage.
Yeah.
I'm in
Bye, Ron.
complete agreement with your decision.
Thank you.
Just have to go get the onyx.
What's up, Chevy?
I might have to go get a headlamp.
Yeah, a headlamp might help too.
I'll be back.
You got one, right?
Yeah.
Of course he does. It's Anderson.
He is everything.
Andy's really struggling over here to bevel his lines.
I got 12 pocket knives in his pocket.
Probably.
Yeah, with his being all like geometric straight lines.
He's
that
not the
would
one
be-
complaining. It's the people that have the black parts.
Somewhat light.
Hey, that ain't
Nobody-
bad.
nobody
One is too close.
I can handle that.
Okay.
Perfect for me.
Where you at, Anderson?
He's off getting his headlamp.
His headlamp, I think.
Josh, we have done that already. We do have a Denny's stamping set, but it was the first of the year when we kind of got it going, and we are currently out of some stamps. We were waiting on China to open back up after the new year was over. So we should have some tools on its way, and we can post that set again.
It's a good set.
But it is ready. It's just not available at the moment because we're out of some of the tools.
Ready, it's just not available.
It's ready.
It's ready. You just can't have it.
That's right. You can have some of it.
Anderson. No.
But it would have worked.
A little steep bowler. Here it
So
is.
much more light. You didn't want me to do my idea? I'm gonna take this to my face.
Michael says he uses a 100-watt bulb in one of those like metal lamps that you can position. What in the world?
Instead of a headlamp, you've got a face lamp.
It would have worked.
I no longer know Anderson. I don't know who that man is over there.
Hey, if it works, it's not wrong.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Justin.
It's on.
It looks stupid, but it works, man.
I thought we were gonna have another person that needed to sit over there.
It's gonna get expensive, a little bit more light too.
If I had like light from this angle, it'd be perfect.
That's what I'm working on.
Whatever this leather's
Lineup?
dyed with, it's
Yep.
kind of earthy.
This is a
Yeah.
lineup? I was gonna say, because everybody in here looks guilty.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, you missed me a second ago.
Huh?
It was really dark. And then I went to go get my flashlight. I was gonna make a little headlight.
Rusty,
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Come on.
see ya. That's what I meant to say anyway.
Bye.
See you later.
Perfect right there.
That good?
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
And your little blueberry plant's looking good. Blackberry plant. Blackberry plant. I'll get it right one of these days.
I was telling Denny the other day, the things I like tooling the most often are just trying to recreate these, like, Missouri wild edible field guide illustrations. I just love the art style of them. They're beautiful.
Are you a mushroomer?
Oh, yeah. I'm mad about it. It's supposed to be, 16 Sunday morning? So all those that fresh young mycelium coming up from morels, that's going to die this weekend. I don't know if we're going to get any this year.
You can just stalk Kevin. He seems to always know the spots.
Yep.
My wife's been collecting those, what are they called, turkey tails?
Yep.
Make medicine out of them.
Mm-hmm.
What's she gonna make?
Well, I don't know. She's going to cure her something.
Some Advil?
Next time she gets something, she'll cure
All right, next time I get something, I'll reach out to you guys.
it. Here, have a turkey tail. Eat this. I think you make tea out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, turkey tail tea.
Yeah.
Is it a feather?
No, it actually grows on dead logs and stuff like that.
Oh.
Kind of frilly looking. It looks
Oh.
like a turkey tail.
Pretty bright
But it's a-
orange, sticks straight up.
Okay.
It's not a
But-
real turkey tail.
Thanks, guys. That's yep. I got it. I'm there.
She doesn't have to chase it down. It holds still.
I thought you were just like finding turkey feathers on the ground, and I was like, okay, and then just like brewing them in water, which could be a thing. I don't know.
That'd be
Guys.
weird.
Some
That's called broth.
some Pliny the Elder medicine.
Ooh, Spencer, look at you go. Man, when Denny retires, we're just gonna have our backup. It's good to go.
About 4 more years.
Actually, we have a pretty good
You said
array
4?
40.
Oh, 40.
of leather artists in the store right now.
We do.
We've got more in the back.
We do.
Yeah.
Chris and Chance have been doing some
Yeah.
tooling, I know, with you.
Yep.
Not my Chris, but one of like the 4 Chris's that work here. I suppose he is kind of related to me, actually. We won't talk about that.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump relation.
My marriage doesn't count, right?
Yeah.
It counts. I'll claim him.
He's a good dude.
Let's see here. I'm new at leatherwork. What thickness do you recommend for making purses? Let's see here.
Loaded question.
Mr. Donuts, are you making upholstery leather purses? Are you tooling your purses? What kind of, are you making a firm bag that stands up on its own? Are you making a floppy bag?
What kind of purse?
That's a loaded question, sir.
In general, you won't be mad at 3/4.
Are you gonna line it?
Yeah.
Are you going to unline it?
Send us the picture.
It's gonna be one you just throw inside of another bag until you need it.
We need to see your mind's eye.
Yeah.
I think I got everything, Spence. Hold on, Devlin.
Look at you go.
I think you got everything.
Oh, medals. Next.
And if you didn't, it'll be a choice that you made.
I got about 90% left to go.
Yeah, I've done this.
When they make purses, if they're making it out of like upholstery type leather, they'll use what, 3 to 4 or
Yeah.
4 to 5 ounce at the heaviest.
Yeah.
Yeah, in general, 3/4, you won't be too mad at it,
Yeah.
no matter what you're using.
If you're making a bag that you're gonna tool something on, you need at least 4 to 5 ounce.
Yep. At least 4 or 5. If not, maybe 5, 6.
6.
You know, everybody, you've got to realize the heavier leather that you use, the heavier the bag's gonna be.
That's right.
Yes. I've got a big bag I made out of 5/6 XL. The bag itself weighs about 30 pounds, I
Yeah.
feel like.
I hope not. That's like Luna.
Yeah, it's not really 30 pounds. Oh, Walter got to meet his first chickens today.
Carry Luna around.
Yeah, how'd that go?
He immediately started barking and chasing them. Amy's house sitting for some friends and brought him over there to see their dog. Oh, this leather is soft for this part of the job.
Yeah, it's really soft.
Getting some tool marks in about want.
Now, nobody's doing dragons here. Kevin is doing just a floral with a tail. Just a really long tail.
You know, our flowers have tails.
They have stems.
Gotta remember,
Plant
I'm
world.
lazy.
The only person that's not doing floral is Anderson over here with his geometric
Black hole.
black hole. Yeah. On his black piece of leather. It's actually very fitting.
It's cool, yeah. I think it's gonna look really good on that leather.
What's this black leather?
Some kind of herb.
Can we carve? This is all Herman Oak, I assume skirting, or maybe just 9, 10 to 11.
It's about 10 ounce, I
Okay,
would say.
so about 10 ounce Herman Oak. It was all custom dyed at Herman Oak for this specific project. If you haven't finished your leather yet, like if it still accepts water, yeah, you can 100% tool it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as it's veg, and then even if it has been dyed, if it hasn't been finished, you can 100% tool it.
And this isn't actually black. This is a really dark brown. Now, I don't know if Herman Oak dyed this or
If Krista-
Chris did.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, when I was.
But it has been dyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
It's
sure
not a natural russet color.
Let's see what Kevin's got here. There it is.
Yeah. Looking good.
Well, I think somebody stole one of my tools.
And you stayed
you mean?
inside the lines.
Never mind, I found it.
Well,
Well, that was probably an accident, Denny.
Chevy got his green leather, I think, yesterday.
Oh, the.
I hope,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
hope he likes it.
He said he might have tooled some pre-dyed leather yesterday, wink wink.
All right.
It's like butter. Love that stuff.
This is definitely better.
I am afraid to go near the mules, but I might punch all the way through.
No, I don't think you will.
Oh, for those of you that maybe on Wednesday was talking about how to make your tool a little bit thicker so that you can hold it better, Andy right now has one of those little pencil thingies down by where you're tooling. There it is.
And if this is
One of those little pencil koozies.
if it's too big, just stick a piece of lace through there to make up the difference. And if you know anybody that has been in physical therapy, there are some ones that are very large, like rubber tubing for grip strength.
So the dyed Herman oak that we sell mostly is bridle leather, and their bridle has been finished. It will still stamp slightly, but it's finished, and it doesn't really want to accept water anymore. You can get it to accept from the back, and you can maybe stamp a little bit, but I wouldn't consider it carving leather.
Anderson, why would you do a pentagon when you could do a hexagon?
Yeah, Anderson.
You know.
This leather is interesting because it doesn't cut so much as you do dent it. Did you notice that, Denny?
Now what?
It tends to dent.
Dent more than cut?
Yes.
I think it's just, when you first wet it down and it's got a lot of moisture in it, it really cuts nice.
Yeah.
But when it starts to dry out, that's when you're.
Well, I took. It seemed to cut really smooth. Using even a tool like the mule's foot, it dented.
Yeah, and I don't see any. I don't see any natural color in the cuts that you've done either.
No, they dented.
Yeah.
Mine are quite a ways in there. It smushes it down in there.
Say the only one I think is Spencer down here. He did undercuts under his flower petals,
Yeah.
and I can see the.
Let's say if you really
coming
look
out.
edgewise, you can see a little bit down in there, but that's it.
Well, anyway, this is just what it is.
Yep.
So
I think it.
Make sure you sign it.
I like the way it tooled myself.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
yeah, it's nice. Smooth for sure.
Yep.
You weren't using that butter knife, Kevin. It might work.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. Hey, Andy Marhart said I used Nerf bullets to take the cap off.
Yeah.
Any Nerf bullets sitting around the shop?
It's just a few, one or two
Sure,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a few.
We might be able to find one, scare one up.
Yeah, there's about as many Nerf guns in the shop as there are occupants of the shop.
Keeps it fair. What race?
I love it. Like waves of tapping. Dun, 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 dun.
Last weekend with all those people in there,
Mhm.
at first it was whap, 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 whap. Everybody had a different rhythm. Pretty soon, you'd see people catching a rhythm with each
Yep.
other.
When I used to do jewelry making, be in the studio with about 20 people, and all of a sudden it's just one simultaneous hit throughout the room.
That's really funny. Everybody syncs up,
Yeah.
Yep.
gets their. Chris could never do that. He'd always be a beat off. Kevin, are you satisfied?
We're getting there.
Well, I'm done.
Look at these. Look at these little blackberries.
Nice.
Is that a raspberry?
Very nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you.
Kevin's.
See, if
Mine
I
is
do it,
just a flowy floral thing.
if I do this sort of non-traditional look, I don't have to worry about backgrounding because I don't
That's
care
cool.
for backgrounding.
You know,
So-
a long, slender thing like that is pretty hard to
yeah.
do very much with, other than just
Just
a
long.
fine way back and forth.
All right, Kevin, where's your little KH?
Oh, I forgot it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Do I have to put that on there?
You sure do.
Can I put it outside the line?
It'll get covered up.
Everybody tape their leather?
It came pre-taped.
Oh, it came pre-taped. That is correct. Yeah.
So no, I cannot.
That way we
No.
can't screw it up.
Yep, it was pre-taped before it got here.
What you're watching is pre-taped in front of a live audience. Suspense, I discovered this yesterday. My little camouflager fits right around my little flower center.
That's perfect.
So the stuff outside the line doesn't get seen, right?
Correct. I believe it gets trimmed.
Supposedly not.
We'll see.
These are going to get precisely cut and then abutted together.
Abutted.
Abutted. Be the abutments.
Some of this stuff might be next spring before it happens,
I would say.
Dan.
Yeah.
He'll get there.
Well, did you see
Spencer's
Spencer's?
got the big one.
Oh, goodness. He's got a lot
Yeah.
going on there, too.
I think you were supposed to have a big one, but
Where's
didn't
that
pre-tool
Bedwar
it.
off?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
okay.
yours is pre-done.
I'm much
Thank me
happier
for that.
having a pre-done one. Now I'm just kind of making marks that I probably don't need to make.
That's how I feel whenever I'm making any deco cuts.
It doesn't look good until you're done with all of it.
Right?
I want to poke some in backwards.
Liz, find anything cool at the Lego store recently?
No, I've only been the one time.
Oh, yeah.
We did buy the Rivendell set though. That came yesterday,
Nice.
I think. Pretty excited about that. It's pretty sweet.
That's gonna be cool.
What do you want me to do now?
Are you done?
Just look pretty.
I'm
Tim.
done.
Do you have anything you want to talk about?
Let's see. Mushrooms start on April 11th. Just thought I'd let you know while we're talking about mushrooms.
Yeah, I've been seeing people in southern Missouri and Tennessee already finding black morels.
Yeah,
Of different types? I mean, different styles?
we will get some, yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping those little shoots, those little runners survive.
Oh, they will. They do every year.
Yeah.
As long as you don't get out and stomp on them too much.
Don't pre-look for your mushrooms.
Right.
You gotta let them mycelium it up.
I have a friend of mine who is so secretive about where he goes morel mushroom hunting that he blindfolds his wife whenever they have.
Just in case.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
Some trust issues.
he gets
That's
like
not
drunk
secretive. That's
Yeah.
trust issue.
Yeah.
He's like, you blab too much to your friends.
That's like a prenuptial agreement.
Right?
Yeah,
You know, I'll take you mushroom hunting, but
can't know where it's at.
you gotta close your eyes while I look.
Oh, she can search, but the way
Just
that
after they get there.
yeah,
That your favorite fishing hole.
yeah.
Me and Spencer are still sworn to secrecy on one Clayton took us to.
Fishing?
Yeah.
I don't even remember when it was.
He took us on a roundabout way.
That's
I
what
think it was on
Spencer
purpose.
See, Spencer knows. He knows how to play the Fight Club game. I don't even know.
Yeah. We don't talk about it, Ryan.
How
Yeah,
many
I
people
think-
are tooling? 5 people. It was, I mean, Denny was supposed to be the 6th one. But once again, pre-tooled.
Small table.
All my stuff is pre-done.
These are all very nice. Bigger is friendlier.
Right?
You need mid paper. I just want to make sure.
Well, it's too late to turn back now, sir.
No, it doesn't matter for me because it does, the design doesn't matter. No, just the
Signature.
signature.
I always just kind of go out once or twice for morels, but I really look forward to chanterelles. Those are my big.
I like
A
chanterelles.
lot
more
easier
than-
to find. And
You know,
they're
the only thing I
delicious.
like better than the chanterelles is the sulfur shelf.
Oh yeah.
Some people call it chicken fried
Chicken of the
chicken
woods?
mushroom, chicken of the wood.
Yep. Yeah, I like
A
those.
sulfur shelf?
Yes,
Yeah, it grows on the base of a tree.
they look like they can look from that yellow to orange to
Yep.
pink to depending on how old they are.
I
They
like
get huge.
puffballs if I can find them are one of my favorites.
Yeah, I wouldn't give you a nickel for a puffball. I mean,
No.
they're okay. And I go out every fall
Yeah.
to find a few, but that sulfur shelf's a good one.
Got in some what is it, the ringless honey mushrooms last year. They were good.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Where'd you find those?
Terry's yard.
I was gonna say those aren't terribly uncommon.
No.
You ain't got that house no more.
Nope.
There's several. I forget the name of that one. Grows around in November. Grows really, really low to the ground, and it's typically covered up by leaves. When you find them, you find a lot.
Really.
Well, let's call it a clitocybe or something, but
Keep an eye out for it.
I can't remember for sure.
Yeah.
We used to live in a place where there was a lot. That was nice. Of course,
Yeah.
we moved, and then there's not a lot.
Do you go back to your old house?
No, no. This was a long time ago.
Yeah, before Terry sold her house where she had morels in her front yard, I told her, I was like, Terry, you gotta dig up at least a square yard of that dirt and try and move it to your new place.
Take some of those with you.
See if you can't get lucky and establish them elsewhere.
Cynthia, are you headed our way? Are you going to be here for spring mushroom time?
The best thing about the chanterelles is they're easier to find.
Yeah, they're bright.
Bright orange.
Bright like a diamond. Spencer, you're so quiet.
I'm concentrating.
He's gotta work faster than me. I can chit chat all day.
Yeah.
Spencer is here with the biggest piece is going to take the longest. You got to hustle.
No, don't rush me. I'll mess it up if I get.
Can't rush perfection, Liz.
No more mushroom talk, Kevin?
Oh, I can talk about mushrooms all day if you want.
What got you started in mushroom hunting?
Mushroom hunting is kind of like rock hunting and kind of like leather work in a way. Mushrooms are cool.
Yep.
And they come in all kinds of shapes and varieties and colors and sizes, and they're just kind of neat, and you wonder about them, and they're very mysterious, much like rocks. Rocks are quite mysterious. You know, I mean, now in Missouri, they're a little less mysterious than in other places.
Sure.
Because, yeah, you know what they're
Limestone.
gonna be. Chert, limestone, then of course you've got limestone, and then you've got chert.
Sometimes
But
you
is
get
it
certain
your-
conclusions in limestone.
Is it your
Yeah.
favorite shirt?
Well, you've also got quartz.
Yeah.
This
Of
is my
course
favorite
you do.
shirt right here. Wear it, my favorite shirt. So anyway, I've always liked mushrooms. Wondered if you could eat them. So just one day I went and got a book, and that was years ago. At one time we ate like 26 different kinds of mushrooms. Becky and I did,
That's awesome.
and
Just to see what happened.
one of my favorites around here that you can find, the black trumpets.
Yes, they are
Yeah.
delicious.
They're really good, but there ain't much to them.
No.
So we figured out that if you put them in soup, or if you put them in something like spaghetti or something like that, wow, they just make that a whole different world.
I dry them. Then I
Yeah.
can use them in soups whenever. Yeah, I got into mushroom hunting because it's a lot like fishing. You know?
Yeah. it can be
Worst
pretty
case
bad.
scenario, you had a nice walk in the woods.
Well, see, that was my problem, and it is a problem because mushroom hunting and white bass season happen at the same time.
Oh no.
And turkey.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's too many things.
I don't worry about it too much anymore because I'm not into white bass. But when you can go buy cod for a few bucks a pound, I mean, why eat white bass? It just doesn't make sense.
I can keep an eye out for mushrooms while I'm staying in the trout stream just fine.
No. See, that's we're in disagreement there.
That's why you find more than I do.
I don't know about that. People that eat trout, I'm not too sure.
Denny knows that the place I go, I've never caught a trout big enough to keep. It's one of those blue ribbon streams. And I'm not saying I'm good at trout fishing, I just like doing it.
I've caught a lot of trout, lot of trout, but it's all been easy trout fishing. You know, when you could go stand with waders below Power Site Dam or behind the dam in Table Rock there, man, you could float a worm or power bait or anything down there.
Grocery shopping.
Whew.
Kevin, I'm still amazed when you talk about all these things that you used to do because all I've seen you do for the last 12 years is just roll leather 7 days a week. And I have no idea when you find the time to go mushroom hunting and fishing and rock scavenging.
Mushroom hunting is kind of a priority. I mean, you got to do that.
You only have so long.
Otherwise, you're in danger of being accosted by the mushroom police, and you don't want that.
There's free food just sitting out there in the woods.
Well, that's not free. I take my truck, and you got to put gas in the dumb thing, and it only gets like 2 gallons per mile, and so anyway, you got to pay for that. But I like being out in the woods. I like seeing the plants, and I try to bring some home every time if I can. If I can find any that'll grow in around my house.
Ooh, you harvest the plants too.
Well, you know, we've got wild, let's see, what is it?
Calling it spells.
Bloodroot or,
Yeah.
and some other things that'll grow.
Mm-hmm.
And they make great ground cover. Some of them do. So we've got a bunch of that stuff. And I don't know if those great big long spiky things that grow with a little blue cluster of flowers at the top.
Oh, the chicory?
No, it's not chicory.
Pale blue flower?
These things get this tall.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe it is then.
That's the only thing with chicory. It's really twiggy and thin and
Yeah.
little blue
Cluster
narrow
at the
leaf
top.
flowers, yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe that's it. Anyway, those will grow. I like going out and looking at star flowers. Star flowers are neat. They're red, brilliant red. And deer's tongue, you ever eat that?
Never have eaten it, no.
You know what it looks like?
Yeah, I've seen it out.
It's that spotted thing. Pull one and eat it.
Nice.
You could make a salad out of it.
Nice. That's good to know.
And I was an old hillbilly.
Yep.
Lady showed me a whole bunch of stuff when we first moved to Missouri.
It's probably your wife.
No, no, it was
No
different.
hillbilly young lady.
That's great.
She took us out in the woods, showed us all this weird stuff, and called it weird, like you know, the first tree to bloom white out in the forest. You know what that is?
I thought it was a wild plum.
A Bradford pear.
No, it's called the serviceberry. Serviceberry tree, and the squirrels like to eat berries. But she never called it serviceberry. She said, now Kevin, that there is a sarvis tree.
A sarvis.
That's a sarvis
Yep.
tree. That's the first one to get white.
Did she also wash her hands?
Yeah.
Well, of course. But it took me a while, and then I figured out that was a
But that black leather burnished up really good, which adds a lot to that effect.
Yeah.
Mushrooms aren't a kind of fungus. Mushrooms are a fungus.
They're the fruiting body of the fungus.
yeah.
It's like saying an apple is wood.
I think
Those dandelions, though, that's a super plant right there.
Oh, yeah. I like
You know-
the sorrel. I nibble on a lot of that while I'm hiking. And then watercress I keep an eye out for in the trout
Watercress.
streams.
common as dirt.
Yeah. Still tastes good.
Common as dirt.
Yeah. Still tastes good.
It does.
My girlfriend will go out when I'm fishing and she'll just hang out with the dog, but when I'm down in the creek, she'll say, "Hey, over there, cut a big clump of that watercress off." She's like, "It's a good one." I'll toss it up to her on the bank where she's got her foraging bag.
Becky likes to pick up weird rocks,
Yeah.
and that's okay. I like rocks, but she likes to pick up weird ones,
I got
and
it.
sometimes they're big. And for a while, I was okay with tolerating that, but then after a while, it's, you want it, you got to carry it. That drastically reduced the number of
She'll
rocks.
talk to you if you call her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I started doing with my girlfriend as well. You can take all the pretty rocks you want, but they're not going in my pockets.
She just wants ones with holes in them.
Yep. Well, friendship rocks.
Well, no, not little.
Yeah.
She likes the kind of rock you sit out by your front porch or in the back or someplace that you can see and talk about and say, "Oh, that's cool." I like that. And I will carry an occasional rock home.
Yeah.
I got a big one out in the store. I got a geode. I have a chert geode
Mm-hmm.
that's this big. It's all schnurbledy and everything else. But I found it in Iowa, where you find, at a place where you find a ton of normal geodes, if there's such a thing. But this one was huge. It was like that big, heavy. Man, you carry it about 50 feet, and you just put it down and wait.
And you say, "Man, I wish I had Chris here."
Yeah, that's right.
Got a mule.
I'm pretty sure that's the only reason that Chris is still employed. Wink,
Well,
wink. Is that Kevin takes him to Tucson to tote his rocks around.
Okay. Chris puts up with a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, number one, he lives with you. I mean, that's
Hey. It is true. I'm very demanding.
well, I kind of think he is too, and you can tell him I said that.
I will.
Well, I'm sure someone in the store is watching and will tell him you said it.
That's all right.
I'm sure he does. He is in a kilt today. Oh, we didn't have our kilt parade. I think there's just 2 of them though, isn't it? I didn't see him.
Chris wears kilts?
Yeah, he did.
I've never seen him in a
Not
kilt.
me neither. No,
He
John's got his.
He owns one because we went to a Renfest 2 years ago.
Is it tactical? Does it have a bunch of pockets? hidden
It's
pockets?
100% tactical.
Is it St. Pat's or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing my blue shirt.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wearing the same green, shoes I always wear.
Right.
Well, guys, I think we're 3 out of the
3 out of
5.
3 out of
5 done, and these
Ain't
these
bad.
fellas are
Me and
gonna need some
Spencer,
time.
We're gonna have to finish it up.
So it has been a lovely, lovely hour-ish with you all beautiful folks out there. Thanks for participating in our mushroom conversation.
Yeah, just trying
I
to
feel like
me
I'm
and
missing
Kevin
out.
talking about foraging.
Yeah. I've never been a forager, but it does sound like fun.
It's great.
I'll have to go spend some time in the woods.
Gonna go out hiking anyway. Might
If
as
we
well
have
get
to
some food.
survive, I don't think I'll starve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just forage for firewood.
There's water. There's a body of water. I can
No, but they're over there on the
Yeah.
floor.
I believe it.
We're ready to take a picture of him.
Okay. Sweet. All right. Oh. No, I didn't. They've been over here. I haven't wanted to wear them until Tony photographs them because they're white and I'm going to get them dirty because I can't do white. I'm going to try my best to do white shoes, but I work at this place.
This place is spotless.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. Sorry.
why did everything get quiet?
Well, guys, we hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you for joining us for this hour of tap, tap, tapping. Next week, Denny is going to show you guys some new Blevins buckles that we just got in. They are
Type bucket.
Blevins type
Yeah,
buckles.
the locking
It is a locking Blevins buckle for trick riders. So we're going to show you guys how to put that together. And I don't think we've ever done a Blevins buckle video before. And I assume that they kind
Did you
of
get the instructions for that?
work the same way as far as the leather goes.
I think I know.
You
it.
gotta figure it
I
out.
think I do.
He'll figure it out. It's Denny. He figures out everything.
You better make sure.
We will see.
Cause
And
this
then-
old boy, he said he was gonna make sure to send directions, cause he said not everybody could figure it out.
Well, Denny, if you need anything, you let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
I will.
And the $100 box. The chicken live yesterday.
We're off?
The $100 box.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and
still on.
if anybody would like to grab up a $100 mystery leather box, they are live on the website. So go check that out. We still have some left, so go pick up your $100 box.
70.
Um,
Yeah.
Get the
And
dog
then-
bone.
We will see everybody next week. Hope you have a great weekend and enjoy your time. Bye.
See ya.
Ta.
Oh.